One of the craziest KvK of all time is about to start, and I want to give you my prediction about the possible outcomes in this KvK. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie, and today we have Strife of the 8 map with 8 Imperium Kingdoms going to clash and going ham at each other and going to smash each other. And I want to give you my prediction. I want to be as neutral as I can be because I'm not even part of this KvK, but I definitely have a lot of experience, either winning or losing. It's part of the game in the end. It's your journey in this game. So I want to predict like what is going to happen or what is going to be the possible outcomes. In the background I have a more large size map of Strife of the 8. So first thing, what you probably want to know, like who is allied with who. Now as you see on the picture, 1075, 1474, 1945 and 1254, they are all allied against 1664, 1093, 1556 and 1846. Now I do have to say that 1846 and 1556 are the two most strongest kingdoms, Imperium kingdoms in the Season of Conquest. So definitely a lot of fighting power in those kingdoms. By power wise, the 1846, 1556, 1093 and 1664, they are way over any of the other kingdoms. So by total power wise, the coalition that I was just mentioning regarding 1846 and 1556 is way over the coalition combined of 1254, 1075, 1474 and 1945. So that just to be laid out right at the beginning, because that's very important. At some point when kingdoms, Imperium kingdoms that are so focused in KvK or KvK driven, power does make a difference, because the more power there is, the more troops they have to spend. I want to say a couple of possible outcomes, like what would happen and what would probably be the best, because we are talking about Imperium kingdoms, right? So 100% they have top-notch strategies. They have people that literally know what they're doing, people that are sitting on this map right now and they're probably thinking like, what is the best solution? What is the best outcome? What I see right now, the best solution for the 1254 1945 coalition is to try to lock in 1664. Now you're probably wondering why. Let's say 1254 will going to push on 1093. But if we look at the map, 1093, they still have access from the top. So if I try to draw a little bit of a lines over here, you will notice that 1093 can still access from this side. They can still access to the zone 5. They have level 4 passes, and through the level 4 passes, they can go through zone 5. So even if, let's say, 1254 will push heavily, they will lock in 1093, they won't achieve a lot, because 1093 will still be free to go in onto the next zone. So the logical choice is for them to push on the left side, to push on 1664, even though 1664 as power-wise, I don't think is as high in power as 1093. But if they push on this side and they block in 1664 and 1945 does the same, and they block in 1664, then there is one kingdom which is out of the game. Now we have the other situation on the other coalition. So 1254 1075 coalition with 1474 and 1945 can suffer the same losses, and this is my prediction what is going to happen. That 1664 is going to be locked in. It would make the most logical choice for both kingdoms to try to completely eliminate the kingdom, but it will make a very logical choice for 1846 and 1556 to do the same, to try to eliminate a kingdom and make this a 3 versus 3. Once a kingdom is locked in, everybody knows that it's very hard for any kingdom to try to build out. So for example, 1846, they have 2 passes over here, they push and they lock in 1075. 1556 is no-brainer. It's literally a no-brainer. 1556, they have nowhere else to go. If they push on this side, what would be the point? Because there's nobody to fight there unless they want to fight their allies. So obviously they will push 1075 is their only side. So that's really a no-brainer. And they will try to block them in. The next step of the battle will be very hard to predict because it all depends. It depends so much if 1664 will win on one of the side or if 1075 will win on one of the side. But as a first zone, this is my prediction. 1474 is going to make a lot of sense that they will try to push on 1846, which they are really nowhere near close of that caliber. But since 1846, it will make a lot of sense for them to push on 1075, since 1556 will push as well to try to eliminate the kingdom and take them out of the way. Let's just put an X there. So is 1474 will make the same move and make sure that 1846 will not be able to come down, or at least will not have access to these passes, or at least this zone, and maybe try to secure this area. So even if 1075 is out, at least they know that this area is going to be secured, and it will give an advantage. If 1664 will also be out of the game, then 1474, 1945, 1254, they can all focus on the right side. If the left side is secured and they won't be able to pass, if 1846 won't be able to pass and come in and so on, then they have a chance to push on 1093, 1556 and maybe try to free 1075. But 1846 will definitely try to push back. I mean, they have the fighting power to try to push back, and that's also going to be a huge factor if 1474 will be able to hold the line. That's going to mean a huge deal. If 1474 will be able to hold their line against 1846, but if 1075 will be able to win against any of the kingdom and 1664 is locked in, then I would say that it's pretty much victory for 1254, 1075, 1945. And if 1664 will be able to win and actually lock in 1945 from this side at least, and they will be able to build in this zone, then 1254 is going to be in grave danger, because 1254 will face 1093 and will face 1664 and 1556. So they will face three kingdoms, which is going to be very devastating for them. The next course of action, once the zone 4 is being done, the 1474, 1945, 1254 will try their best to free up 1055. So the best course of action is for either 1254 to try to keep locked in the north side and push left, since 1664 is locked in, and just push left. It's going to be only 1846 with help from 1556, and it's going to be like a 3 versus 2, as long as 1093 will not be able to reach for a while, or they will be blocked, and 1664 will be blocked as well, and try to free 1075. That will be a very nice scenario. But in the same time, they could push the other way and just go on 1093 and 1556 with 1075. Will also be like a 4 versus 2 situation over there if 1474 will be able to hold their line against 1846. So there is a lot of factors what will happen in the zone 5. It's very, very unclear, and nobody can predict that far. But what's going to happen, what I just said, what's going to happen in the zone 4, I would say that there is a 95% chance that that's what's going to happen. The 1075, 1474, 1945, and 1254 coalition will definitely try to lock in the 1664. And the other coalition, 1846, 1556, 1093, and a little less 1664, will try to lock in and keep locking 1075. I mean, this is the best possible outcome that I see as a zone 4, because completely eliminating a kingdom, that's a huge advantage for the other side. But if this somehow turns in a 4 versus 3, the coalition that only has 3 will be very hard for them to recover from that. Do I see this KvK going to Kingsland? No, I don't really think so. I think there is enough firepower and there's going to be enough fighting that people will lose enough troops that it will not reach to Kingsland. When it's Kingsland opening, it's just going to be the winners in Kingsland. That's my prediction so far. But still, it's going to be a very, very fun KvK and a crazy KvK, and there's going to be a lot of streamers that will stream this KvK, so I highly recommend, if you really want to watch some quality battles, that you go ahead and subscribe to them as well and check their streams, because 8 Imperiums and some of them are the strongest kingdoms in this game. So quality battles and high-level battles to come. I hope you enjoy this prediction and a little bit of drawing as well with the prediction. Until next time, this is your boy Ronnie signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.